Hello, my name's Max Williams, also known as Max to Everest on social media. And today is going to be my first episode of my new series called Chasing Summits. This is going to be a documentary where week by week I'm going to document and show you all the training that I have to go through in order to get to where I want to be in a few years' time, i.e. trying to get to the summit of Everest, along with some other things that I hope to achieve in a few years' time. And this first episode is just going to be kind of outlining the general basis of what the coming week's videos are going to be like, explaining to you what my training looks like, and kind of just setting the scene for future episodes to come. So, I've got a pretty big few years ahead of me, and now I'm just going to explain to you the specifics on what goals I'm actually trying to achieve, just to kind of clarify where it is I want to go in the future, if that makes sense, and kind of what it actually is I'm training for. Now, the obvious one, the one that I'll say known for, I'm not particularly known, but I'll say I'm known for, is to be the youngest British person to summit Everest. Now, as you might have seen on social media recently, that record has been beaten by a 17-year-old. Now, this clearly shows that it's not going to be likely that I'm going to be able to get the record, considering that would only be in less than a year's time. But all I can say to that is fair credit to Gabriel. That's an astonishing thing to be able to do. And for me, really, it doesn't change too much. I still would absolutely love, and I still will, if I can get everything into place, summit when I'm slightly older, just because of how phenomenal, how amazing of an experience it will be, and just reach a goal that I've had for a very, very long time, and finally be able to reach that after a good few years of training will be really quite special. So that's goal number one. That's the overarching thing. That's kind of what this whole series and where Max to Everest has come from. That's kind of what it's all about. And now I'll kind of go into I wouldn't say side ones, but I'll say ones that have further sparked an interest in what I'd like to be doing alongside, if that makes sense. Now, moving on to schema racing, or ski mountaineering, as it's also known as. This is essentially a kind of combination of three different disciplines within mountaineering and skiing as a whole. So it's obviously, you've got a bit of ski touring, you've got a bit of downhill skiing, a bit of mountaineering skills, and just endurance racing in general. What schema racing is, it's essentially it's a mix of, as I said, ski touring, so going up, walking on your skis, and then downhill skiing, going down, basically a race obviously to see who's in the quickest time. This kind of more recently sparked an interest of mine, considering, it combines two things I absolutely love. Skiing, probably my favourite sport, one of my something I just purely love. I can't get enough of it. And mountaineering, and just kind of the endurance aspect of it, all when you combine it together, it just seems like the perfect thing. So in terms of skimo, that's kind of it unfortunately doesn't happen very often. It's only on locally, well, I say locally, it's in Scotland, but that only happens once a year in the winter. And I'm aiming to try and get up there in, I can't remember what it is, it's early next year, and hopefully I'm going to try and get some experience doing that, and kind of look towards getting to do some national stuff if I can really lock in and get it done properly. That would be a really awesome thing to be able to do. So that's kind of one of the other things I'm training for, is see how far I can get in schema racing, as it just seems like the kind of thing that suits me perfectly, if that makes sense. And I feel like I have a really good go at, and I think I could be quite good and quite successful in that. Which brings me on to our third and kind of final I wouldn't say aspect, I'd say kind of like aspiration is probably that word, main kind of thing that's like, I want to get that done in the future in a few years' time, and that is some endurance runs. So that brings me on to my third and pretty much my final kind of main goal / aspiration that I want to get done at some point in the next few years. Now for ultramarathons, for these two specific ones, you'll know as the Montaigne Spine Race and the Dragon's Back Race in Wales. Now these are both probably about 250 miles each. I think Dragon's Back's about 240, whereas the Spine Race is about 268, if I'm correct. And these are both ridiculous ultra endurance distance runs, both in fairly mountainous terrain. The Spine Race is through goes up to Scotland, starting in Edale, I think, and the Dragon's Back Race is just down kind of the coast and all the mountainous parts of Wales. Now both of these are crazy, ridiculous endurance events, ones that require a lot of training, funnily enough, but both of which kind of things I've been wanting to do for a long time. And hopefully my kind of goal is basically when I'm young enough, when I'm old enough, when I reach the minimum age required, which I think is either 19 or 21. It's fairly old. I've got a bit of time to go. But when I get there, I want to be ready and I want to try and get it done and be one of the youngest people to be able to do it, because that would just be obviously an incredible achievement. But just kind of those kind of distances and those kind of runs is just such an awesome thing to be able to do and such an experience. And I do also feel, once again, as with everything else, with the right training and my kind of dedication that I feel I could put in, it's definitely something I could get done and something I could be really proud of in the end. And that kind of concludes it. That's pretty much a basis and overview of my kind of three main how would I say this, kind of top of the line goals, I suppose. Those are the three things that's kind of lifelong dreams, if that makes sense. There'll be smaller things along the way, various smaller races and things like that in preparation, if that makes sense. But that's kind of an outline of the pinnacle, if that makes sense. And kind of just goes to show that a lot of work is going to need to be done if I'm going to be able to if I'm going to want to get all of these kind of goals done in the time frame that I hope to do so. And yeah, that's going to wrap up our first episode of Chasing Summits. The next episode and ones to come afterwards it's going to be more about my training and more about kind of day-to-day life. But I thought just for today I'd kind of just briefly overview what this series is going to be about, and I'm hoping to turn it into a really awesome documentary that I can kind of look back on with pride, and hopefully it will kind of push me, kind of motivate me, because I'm going to try and do these once a week. And yeah, so thank you very much for watching, if you managed to get all the way through, and I shall be updating you soon. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Thank you.